Hey everyone, welcome back to Miss Leo's Tarot. Today we're looking at your no contact situation. We're going to be diving into what your person is currently feeling, why they're silent, and whether they will return or not. All right, so I have pre-shuffled the cards just to save time, so let's get into it, guys. All right, so what is their current energy, how they're showing up right now? We have the Three of Wands. All right, so there's a lot of waiting energy here. Page of Pentacles. I feel like, that's a small gesture. Okay, so they are super conflicted here internally about whether or not to reach out to you. I feel like your person is kind of like in an energy right now. Of course, we will clarify here as we get more into the reading, but just my intuition is feeling that your person is waiting on you reaching out and seeing if you will. But since you may not be, and I feel like you're not, they're in an energy where they're very conflicted, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Like, I want to talk to them, but, so far I haven't received any messages from them. So, I feel like this is the kind of conflicted energy your person is in. All right. So we have a luxury sweet oracle message with My Fair Lady. So that's all about karmic balances. That's all about, someone getting their karma. And, I feel like your person here with the luxury sweet oracle message, I feel like they really miss the physical intimacy between you two. That is something that they're doing a lot of reminiscing about, the passion, maybe the chemistry, especially the physical chemistry that you guys shared. With My Fair Lady, this is talking about, like I said, karmic, balances, someone getting their karma. So I feel like your person is right now facing some emotional consequences for, choosing fear or ego or other people over you, whatever the situation. But I feel like your person with the Three of Wands is kind of like in an energy where they're watching you from a distance, all right? They're watching you glow up. They're watching you, like seemingly moving on with your life and doing your own thing. And now they're feeling a lot of regret, a lot of restlessness and internal conflict about, how are they going to bridge the gap, basically. The Page of Pentacles is talking about they want to reach out and they're actually like, maybe even typing on their phone, like a text message and then deleting it. And then, it's that kind of battle. They're very conflicted. They want to reach out, but something is stopping them. And I feel like it's, fear of rejection. All right, so what are their true feelings towards you right now? What are their true feelings towards you? What are they feeling but not saying? We have Judgment energy. We have Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. We have Secrets, deceptive and misleading actions by fear of you uncovering what they wish to keep hidden. Okay. And we have the Witches. So that's talking about, other people influencing the situation, not necessarily like a third party. It's just what I'm getting from this is it's, other people like talking bad about the connection or maybe even like, influencing somebody here to, sabotage the connection somehow. All right, so with the Judgment energy, this is, reconciliation energy. This is coming back around, somebody wanting to make things right, that kind of thing. Page of Wands, they absolutely want to communicate with you. But here's what, I'm seeing very clearly here. We have the Knight of Swords with the Secret. So this person is absolutely hiding something, okay? It may not like, there obviously here is other people involved, but I don't really feel so far in this reading that it's necessarily cheating. I just feel like, there's something they're keeping, hidden from you. All right. And it could be like, their deeper feelings, it could be a number of things here, but I feel like there's somebody like working behind the scenes. It could be family members. It could be, friends or, other people like talking when you're not around or vice versa to kind of help sabotage this connection somehow. Yeah, it could be, emotional dishonesty. It could be like their own internal fears, but there's something that they just don't want you to see. And I feel like there's a lot of like insecure energy going on here. Like maybe if you see the real them, then you would reject them or you would no longer be interested kind of thing. But let's get more into it and see what comes up. All right, so why are they silent? What is their block, fear, or external influence? All right, so we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords, so that's more like distant energy. And we have the Two of Wands, so that's being at a crossroad, having to make a decision here. Addictions, this person could have, addictions to alcohol. They could be smoking marijuana. They could be taking any number of drugs or whatever to kind of like suppress their feelings, numb the pain kind of thing. Who do you love? Also for some of you, this is also talking about more than one person involved. So, this could be a strong tie to, because at the bottom of the deck, I noticed earlier before we started the reading, there is the Six of Cups. So this is talking about, the past. What I'm feeling strongly here, collective, is that this person is, maybe still energetically tied to somebody from their past prior to meeting you. Okay. Yeah, something, committed here, because we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck and we have the Ten of Pentacles energy here. So, I feel like, this is just a very general message. It won't apply to everybody. So take it if it resonates. This is talking about some sort of connection, long-term connection that they were involved in the past that, that they haven't emotionally moved on from. I feel like there's something from their past that they haven't emotionally moved on from. And I feel like they're replaying these things in their mind. Perhaps they're not telling you everything about, their past, but, obviously it has like deeply affected them. And it could be, I feel like it's, influencing the connection with you. They're kind of like projecting, bringing emotional baggage into the connection with you, things that you may not realize or know about right now. I feel here with the Two of Wands energy, they are doing a lot of thinking about you, a lot of reminiscing. I feel like this person here, the bottom line is they feel stuck between the safety of where they are right now, comfort, detachment, like, their own ego issues, and the unknown risk of, reaching out to you and creating something, long-term stable energy here with you. The Ten of Pentacles. So take it however it resonates. I feel like for some of you, it's something to do here with the past energy, with the Six of Cups. All right. And I feel like the bottom line here is your person is, feeling a lot for you, and they're feeling torn about, you and somebody else. It could be someone from their past, type of thing, but there's two energies involved that they have to make a choice about. Okay, and so I feel like with the Four of Swords energy, they're kind of stepping back. They're trying to figure out like, how to deal with everything. They're trying to avoid like confronting their emotions. This is about rest, reflection, isolating themselves. They're trying to avoid having to make those hard decisions, emotionally. All right, so... All right, so do they think about you? Let's look at the mental and spiritual connection here. Mental and spiritual connection. We have the Emperor energy. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, we have romantic date. A special outing is on the horizon, expressing affection and appreciation. So that's obvious that, yes, this person is thinking about you. And sailing ship. All right. So this is, do they think about you? 100%. Yes, yes, and yes. This person here with the sailing ship energy, they're fearing that you're going to be the one that got away. Basically, okay? They see you as somebody extremely special. Yes, they are, thinking a lot about you. They, with the Emperor energy and the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like your person is thinking they do want stability here. The Emperor is it's Aries energy. It's, talking about stability, long-term. Eight of Pentacles is talking about putting in the work here. They think about, how they would have to, work, to make it right between you two. Like, how are they going to put in the work? They've analyzed what went wrong or how things could have, been handled better, I feel, in this relationship. I feel like there's, like, I'm going to mention it again, there's a strong sense of them feeling unworthy, all right? There's, like, insecurity energy here. So I feel like, they're focusing on, like, they could be focusing on self-improvement. They could be like really like working on their career, their own financial goals, to feel like maybe, maybe they could be good enough for you, maybe to get themselves into a better financial situation where they could provide for you, because the Emperor is talking about stability, like I said. And the Emperor is very controlled, very rigid. This is somebody that does not like to appear weak. All right. They like to be in control at all times. All right. But with the Two of Pentacles energy, this is still, indecision here. So I feel like it's, they're kind of like toggling back and forth. Like, should I reach out? Should I not reach out? And it's like their soul says yes, but their fear is saying no. So there's like that, conflicted energy again playing out. But we have romantic date. So I feel like, even if they're silent, there's still, a deep longing to reconnect with you in the physical world. This card often, pops up when someone's fantasizing about reconciliation, reuniting, imagining how it would go if they saw you again. Like, it's like fantasizing energy. It's like the Seven of Cups energy, how they would act, if they had, this ideal, relationship with you, So, but I feel like, again, with the sailing ship energy, they're really, they know that they have a decision to make here soon, because they know that you're not going to wait around forever. They know that the silence can't last forever, and they feel like they're losing their grip on you energetically, that maybe you're moving on, or, that this door is closing and, they're running out of time, basically. All right, so let's move on to, will they reach out soon? Yeah, will they reach out soon? Near future action, or what? So we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, near future action. We have the Four of Cups with the Five of Swords. We have ignoring energy, disconnected and silent, struggling to understand each other and avoiding conversation. Okay. And we have forbidden fruit energy. So basically, collective here with the Queen of Pentacles, they see you as somebody that is out of their league. This is somebody that has all their stuff together, all their, like, financial means. This is someone that's very abundant, very attractive, somebody that's good on their own. Perhaps, it's a sense of like someone having their own business, or, even like, the message I'm getting is someone that makes more than the other. Okay. So like an imbalance there financially between the two. And I feel like, with the Four of Cups, your person, I really don't see communication happening here in the near future, because we have the Four of Cups energy, which is feeling, very emotionally disconnected. It's a sense of, missed opportunities. I feel like your person's daydreaming about reconnecting, as we've seen in your spread. They want to, but I feel like they're in emotional funk right now, ignoring signs, from the universe or whatever, just ignoring any kind of emotional offers being sent their way, making them blind to the opportunity of reconciliation. All right, because there's something about this connection here with the forbidden fruit card, that seems like they can't have you for some reason. Like for some of you, this is definitely not going to resonate for everybody, but maybe this is kind of like one person's married or committed to somebody and the other person is not, or it's a sense of, something taboo here for some reason. Or, for some of you, it's just the fact that, you're so far out of their league, like they feel like very insecure about why you would even want them. So instead of, like reaching out, they just want to stay avoidant, right? With the Five of Swords energy, they want to stay avoidant and avoid any kind of rejection, or, it's like a mental power struggle here. It's like ego versus like vulnerability, so there's a fear of like losing face, fear of you rejecting them, fear of being wrong. This is classic avoidant energy here. It's by reaching out to you, they know that would require admitting fault, or like taking some sort of risk of being misunderstood, which would, create more feelings of rejection. So that's the kind of energy I'm feeling here. All right. So advice for you, what you're being guided to do. What is the advice for you? All right. We have the Knight of Cups. Ooh. We have the Seven of Wands. That's, defending yourself. the Fool energy, new beginnings here. Oh, we have gift. That's nice. An unexpected surprise. Something you've been hoping for is arriving. And we have colors. Somebody showing their true colors here. All right. So your advice here from Spirit, you know, this is for you to keep an open heart here with the Knight of Cups. This is talking about, you know, you're about to meet somebody here with the gift card and the Fool. You're about to meet somebody here brand new. I feel like someone is about to enter your life. You know, there's something that, you know, your soul has been longing for here. That I feel like the universe is going to be delivering here soon. You know, I feel like, you know, it could be, I feel strongly it's a new person, but, you know, it could be, you know, somebody from the past as well. But, you know, again, I'm feeling like it's strong new energy here. And I feel like with the colors energy here, you know, this is talking about, you know, somebody showing their true colors. So I feel like it's somebody that you may not even expect, you know, to, you know, show you who they really are in a positive way. Somebody that maybe that you misjudged in the past or something like that, you know, coming at you, coming towards you with, you know, some sort of love offer that, you know, you didn't even really think about before, you know, because you were so tied up in this past dynamic that you never really even saw the opportunities. But I feel like with the Seven of Wands energy, it is saying, you know, that you do need to, you know, kind of like, you know, defend your peace, protect your growth, you know, hold firm to your self-worth. You know, this is showing that you're on the right path, you know, but you're going to be tested obviously here emotionally, you know, maybe even by this person's energy, by, you know, another possibility is this person could be, yes, like I said, coming back, and that could be the universe's way of testing you. Is this something you still want to, you know, invest in? Are you sure you're actually done with this old story, with this old energy? And I feel like Spirit is strongly urging you to yes, maybe close that old cycle and step into the new, because I feel like something beautiful, you know, is coming for you here in the near future. All right, something a lot more stable. All right, so what you don't see coming. So let's pull what you don't see coming, an unexpected opportunity or a twist. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wands. Oh, look, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see that. The Ace of Pentacles. That's beautiful. And then we have, oh my God, Queen of Wands again. That's like Queen of Wands clarified by the Queen of Wands. Super duper magnetic energy. We have clarity. All right, I see where I went wrong and I will find a way to set things right with you. So yep, this could be somebody, this could be this person coming back from the past, still holding on to your energy here. Right? So that's what I'm strongly feeling, guys. It's, you know, you're going to be tested. Like I said, Spirit's going to ask you, hey, do you really want to continue with this? Is this something you want to engage with? You know, because if it is, we'll give you more of that. And if it's not, then we're going to usher in this new experience for you, something that, you know, could potentially be being more fulfilling. I can't believe you got double Queen of Wands energy. This is like major glow up energy. This is you stepping into your full power, your, you know, beauty or handsomeness. You know, this is like your magnetic glow. This is like, oh my God, did you like buy a Ferrari? You know, this is like how your person is seeing you. Like, damn, you know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And yeah, they even see like, you know, potential suitors like trying to like, you know, win you over, take you out on dates, you know, and you know, this obviously would be like triggering to them, because now they're coming in and they're like, oh my God, you know, collective, I see where I went wrong. Can you please, baby, please take me back. I miss you. I see where I went wrong. I want to make things right with you. Please. Mwah. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, because they're still holding on. They don't want to let go of this connection. They're still fighting. Just, you know, just please, just one more chance. I'm sorry, baby. You know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here with the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, I'll give you, you know, the diamond ring. I'll give you the house. I'll give you whatever you want, baby. Please just take me back. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much what I feel like is going on here. I know I'm being a little bit silly, but yeah. And I feel like you're going to be like really tested here. Like I said, you're going to have to make the choice of whether like you want to entertain that or not. But you know, that is completely up to you. That is what's coming for you, collective. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, feel free to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.